Usually I do a lot of horror stuff here on YouTube, a lot of horror drawings. But as I was flipping through my sketchbook, I noticed that there is a big lack of horror drawings in there. So I did 2 quick drawings of these hands, these spooky, scary hands. I will post a short about them in the future. And with them I tried a little bit of an etching design, some medieval woodcut style shading, and also tried tattooing them for practice. If you didn't know, I want to start tattooing. I want to pursue it a little bit in my free time. So I did a video on practicing tattooing for the very first time and trying everything out and documenting a little bit the troubles that I had and talking about that. But in this video we're gonna draw some very creative, spooky and also a little bit gross drawings here of these eyeballs, and just going creative with it. And by the way, excuse my dirty fingernails. I hope it doesn't bother you, because it certainly bothers me when people have dirty fingernails. I think that looks very disgusting, but in my case you have to forgive me. I work at a production site, and a lot of the times you just, even if you wear gloves, you can't escape the grease and the oil and the dirt and everything, and it eats into your skin and into your pores and under your fingernails, and you're never gonna get it out. And my fingernails are already cut short, so yeah, it's something that bothers me, but it doesn't matter. Even if I cut my fingernails very, very short, it's still gonna, you know, seep into the cracks of the fingernails, and the nail bed and everything just gonna stay there. So I'm very sorry about that, but man, it's just the way it is. If I ever can, you know, if I can be a full-time YouTuber, then I'm not gonna have dirty fingernails anymore. I mean, maybe from tattooing from the black ink. And one of the very popular videos on my channel, I mean very popular, it has like 800 views, ooh, but for me it's pretty popular, is about how to draw weird things. And in that video I talk about how you can make scary drawings or weird drawings by just combining things that usually don't go together. Like in this case, an eyeball and flames. Well, that doesn't really fit together, right? But it goes really nicely together if you want to do like a weird, intriguing horror drawing. Trying to go easy on the shading. Again, I want to start tattooing, and one thing that tattoo artists tell me when I talk to them is that I need to keep the shading simpler, especially if I want to do line shading or stippling, and the shading just needs to be simpler if you want to tattoo that. So I try my hand on that, as I've tried in the past, like when I do these pipes. But I'm just going with the flow on these ones, just experimenting a little bit, and just being creative. Like the second one that I'm drawing here, I didn't really have a plan at it at all. I really didn't have a plan, so I just drew a bunch of flames, and then it sort of, the bottom of the flame sort of turned into this eyeball, and then I was like, maybe it can melt a little bit, and then I put those drops down there. So yeah, just, who is texting me? I don't have any friends. Why should anyone text me? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, also trying my hand at the shading with that one, doing a lot of stippling. I did some stippling off camera with that because I wasn't really happy with it. Did you hear a knock on my door just right now? It was my local house goblin. That I usually keep it in an extra room. I moved it up from the cellar, from the basement, and it comes to visit me from time to time, and it brings me weird things, weird gifts, in the hope that I will, I know, let it do weird things to me, but I won't. Okay, I'm not getting seduced by the house goblin. That's not what I am. Okay, maybe I should take my schizophrenia medication a little bit more often. Doesn't matter. I'm kidding, of course, guys. Come on, okay? Now the next one that I'm drawing here, the third one, is very simple, just line art again. Going back to the tattooing a little bit. I want to keep things a little bit simpler. So now moving on to the next page here in the sketchbook. I'm not too confident about the next page. I had some really great ideas. I think all of the drawings here on the next page are great when it comes to the idea. The execution is just lacking a little bit, unfortunately, at least in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. They're very weird. Yeah, again, coming back to the thing of just combining things that don't fit together. Usually, I mean, a nail and an eyeball usually doesn't go together. Usually, I mean, it can go together. If it does, somebody's not having a great time, and I feel very sorry for them. I hope this drawing doesn't offend them in any way. Did you ever have a nail in your eyeball? I didn't. I hope you won't ever. It's just a drawing. It's just art. It's just a piece of paper. It can't hurt you. At least that's what my therapist says. Do you ever get scared by of your own drawings? I never got scared by a drawing of mine. That's bad. That means that I need to draw scarier things. You think I should draw scarier things? I definitely should. Remember when I said that I want to contain the shading a little bit, or not contain, that I want to go easy on the shading so it's going to be easier to tattoo, and that I don't want to go too overboard with the shading? I just can't help myself sometimes. I think the shading kind of not ruined this one, but definitely made it look weird or not good enough. I'm not happy with it, but man, that's how it is. It's a sketchbook. That's what a sketchbook is for. Not every drawing is gonna be perfect. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, and then just having some really weird ideas that I'm trying out. You know, my ADHD coming out on that one really strongly. You know, just the eyeball in this mouth. It didn't go very well. Went better in my head. Looked pretty shit in reality. Looked pretty bad in reality. I tried to fix it a little bit with the shading. Didn't work out so good. But hey, the idea is there. It's a sketchbook. That's what a sketchbook is for. Now the last one again. Combining things that usually don't fit together. Candle and an eyeball. I thought instead of having the eyeball melt, this time I will just have the candle melt on the eyeball. And just doing some stippling again for the shading. And some cross-hatching again. But first focusing on the fake black outlines here with the ink, for reasons stated earlier. Man, I just don't care anymore, honestly. Like, I just draw whatever I want. You know, maybe, you know, the first page was pretty good. Those drawings here on this page aren't that perfect, but I've gotten into the habit. I caught myself getting into the habit of wanting every drawing in the sketchbook to be perfect, because recently or basically nearly all the drawings in my sketchbook so far, I'm very proud of them, and I love all of them here in my sketchbook. That's why I love to show off my sketchbook. If you haven't caught on to that. I flip through it in basically all of my videos. So for new viewers, obviously. But yeah, just also for myself, just looking at my own drawings, seeing where I can improve, and drawing inspiration from that. But I've gotten into the habit of expecting every drawing in there to be perfect and super cool, and obviously that can't be the case always. So yeah, just biting into the sour apple, as we say in the German language. It's when you just, you know, need to accept some things that, and it's just, yeah. But yeah, there's so many weird expressions in German. It's such an interesting language. I'm not from Germany, by the way. I'm from Austria. Okay, big difference. Love Germany, though. I've never been, I've been to Germany one. I've been to Stuttgart. Just running around in the city a little bit. And unfortunately, I didn't have the time to go to the Porsche Museum. That's one thing I definitely need to do in the future. And I've been to Düsseldorf. Yeah. Why am I trying to say it with an English accent? Okay, I'm from Austria. I speak German. Düsseldorf. But I've only been to the airport. Yeah. But that's the end of the video, guys. But I'd much rather make vacation in Austria, of course. But that's the end of the video. I'm gonna talk about Austria later. In another video. You have to subscribe for that. Oh man, yeah. But yeah, check out my Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope I'll see you around on the channel, okay? Take care. Love you. Bye bye.